Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Ultrascan Diagnostics. So this is the CBCT high resolution endodontic mode for the area of interest as the lower left sixth region. The ridge appears to be very thin near the crest, and as we go down, it slightly widens. We've got a very shallow lingual fossa as well. This is the sagittal view where we can see that the tooth has been root canal treated is the lower left 7, and this is the region of the lower left 6. Now moving to the transaxial view, now this is the proximal view. Here we can clearly see we've got an extremely thin ridge. We've got D2 quality of bone. D2 quality of bone means that we've got a thick cortical plate on the buccal and the lingual aspect. This is the lingual aspect, this is the buccal aspect. And we've got cancellous bone present in the middle. The implant planning is going to be as such. We will have to go this deep for the implant to have a sufficient collar of bone in a horizontal direction, whereas the length that we have is approximately 8.7 millimeters. That means this is the inferior alveolar canal. This is the length that we will have. Maximum that we can get is 9 millimeters of distance from the placement of the implant to the inferior alveolar canal. We don't know what brand of implants our doctor is going to place, but just to give you a generic idea, we will place a virtual implant for our doctor. This is the this is the ridge from the axial aspect. Now, as we look axially, the ridge is significantly thin. We've got a radio lucent area at the mesial margin of the 7. As we move further down apically, we can clearly see that the ridge widens, but as we move further down, this is the cancellous portion, and moving further down, we see this is the inferior alveolar nerve. Now here we have placed a 4.6 millimeter implant with a height of 7.5 millimeters. So our doctor has approximately the length that they can place is a 7 to 7.5 millimeters. Anything less, the width should be 4 to 4.5. That's the only distance that our kind doctor has when it comes to the implant placement. The yellow part denotes the crown. This is from the sagittal view. Looking at the axial view, we've got very thin ridge as far as the implant placement is concerned. But if the implant is placed center of the ridge, then we can see that there will be adequate bone support. Moving to the transaxial view, here we can see if we can place a 4.1 mm, then we will still have enough cortical support. If we take it further down, the reason why this shows red is because it is going to be significantly close to the inferior alveolar nerve. So this white box shows that we need 2 millimeters of space between the apex and the inferior alveolar canal. But if we place it slightly more in this direction, so even though the implant apex will be away, but there are chances of damaging the inferior alveolar canal. So we're going to place it slightly superficially. Our kind doctor will need to graft this area. Which area? It is the buccal area, so that there is bone support in the region of the tooth which is next to the buccal cortical plate. This is the implant planning. The implant planning report will also be generated. If there are any further questions regarding this case, please feel free to reach to our team. Thank you very much.